Hey there, welcome back. Over a course of time, we often deal with dilemmas. I'm going through a similar phase recently, which is a good thing because that is exactly the topic of today's episode. You see, I find myself standing at a crossroad, as I'm sure many of you must have in the past. It's a zone where I'm caught between my head and my heart. Everything is binary in this territory. The ones and zeros, the yeses and nos, and you know how it goes. Now, if you allow me, I would like to take you with me as I ponder upon yesteryears. This was when me and my cousin used to live together. Naturally, when you have more than one person involved in any task, you get more than one perspective. Now, trust me, we are young and smart today, but we were younger and somehow even smarter back then. As you know, the most difficult challenges are only faced by the most able ones. It's just given. It comes as a package with life, like a law of something. So, we used to deal with some pretty mind-boggling questions on a day-to-day basis. Time was always ticking in the background, pressing us for decisions. Questions like, which movie should we watch next? Or which sport activity should we indulge into later in the evening? Now that we feel we have burned many calories, what do we fancy for dinner? A pizza or a sub sandwich? So, like I said, major decisions. And it's just too difficult to decide. But boy oh boy, did we deliver. We devised a clever mechanism. It's brilliant. Are you with me? Let's say you have two final options, both equally tempting, and you are stuck, unable to pick one. Guess what else has two sides? A coin! You see, it works. It decides for you while removing any personal bias. So both of us used to come up with our own preferences, and if it's not aligned, then we used to toss a coin. Now, while the coin is flipping in the air, one of us would realize that we forgot to assign our respective choices to either of the sides, which is important. So now that we have, we give it a go once again. And this time, we try to guess before the coin hits the ground. In this process, both of us have a good inclination of what we want to do next. So if the coin says otherwise, we toss it again. And again. And one more time. Simpler times, you know. Wait, does that make me sound too old? I mean, we are talking about pre-online streaming era, so choices were limited and we had to plan ahead. But like I said, simple but not old. Today, however, as far as dilemmas are concerned, things remain pretty dynamic. The dimensional enormity of actual existence as we continue to inhale and exhale has changed, only slightly. The questions now come with terms and conditions. Nonetheless, our choices remain binary. Like a figment of imagination, two voices appear in the form of shoulder angels. Are you with me? Can you imagine? Hello? So one encourages, whereas other discourages. One says, yes, do it, go ahead. A whole new adventure awaits you on the other side of your decision. While the others say, no, don't do it. Why do you want to risk it all? This is your playground. You know every inch, every player, every move that follows. So what do we do now? Perhaps we forget those two voices which are wrestling inside my head are creation of my imagination. The state of me at the moment is both practical and emotional. So naturally my mind wants to play safe, but it's willing to risk it all. So while a sensible voice says, don't do it, the not even jumps right in to dare me. Do it. Let's see what happens. The two little boys know nothing. They have nothing at stake, nothing to lose. They are simply having fun testing me, teasing me, with a sole purpose to discover what happens once I make a choice. Well, now I have a bigger problem. What is this third voice telling me that those two are wrong? Ooh, the plot thickens. But only if you let it. It is very sacred space up there. There shouldn't be enough room allowing it to be this crowded. Now I know what my head wants. I know what my heart desires. But I'm listening to my gut, which is telling me it's time to act. So on the surface, it's a question of simple yes or no, to stay or leave, to hold on or let go. And when you Shakespeare, to be or not to be. So hey, there you have it. Please share your story. Have you often found yourself stuck in a junction, unable to decide? What do you do then? I can't wait to hear from you. After all, you are in conversation with Mohit.